The Bills are going to make the playoffs. You can feel pretty good about that. You should feel pretty good about that. The number of people that were in that if we make the playoffs boat was always a little surprising to me. Like, no, they're in great shape. They're in totally. Yeah. They play the Browns still. They play the Jets still. They should be just fine. So anyway, Bills and Bengals, and a game that had the single biggest play to swing win probability that wasn't in the final 2 minutes in a decade.
For the Bills or in the NFL?
For the Bills.
For the Bills?
No, in the NFL. The Benford pick is the biggest win percentage swing.
Wow.
Not in the final 2 minutes in 10 years.
They're up a score at that point, and there's 5 minutes left on the clock, give or take, around there. It's late in the fourth quarter. I mean, it was stunning when he caught the ball.
Yep.
And caught it clean, right? Like, I don't think he scores if he doesn't catch it clean. Because Burrow is there, and he does have to break a tackle. And even if Burrow doesn't make the tackle, but he wraps him a little bit more and gives Chase an extra second to get there, like, not just getting the pick, but scoring that quickly was big. I mean, because there were a lot of points down the stretch, and you didn't know how much time the Bengals were going to need to go drive down and do another drive. So, I mean, him to catch it clean was maybe the most impressive part of that play. I couldn't believe he did that. I also couldn't believe he outran Chase. I thought for sure he was getting caught from behind.
I just can't. I watched it 1,000 times to try and figure out what Joe Burrow did with the football.
He tried to loft it over.
He tried to,
right?
but he slipped and he shot putted it. It definitely did not look like a clean spin.
Maybe he was
Burrow.
was he trying to pull it back because he saw Benford there?
Maybe.
And by the time, it was too late.
How about Benford on the play said the technique is to not jump. I'm not supposed to jump.
Not supposed to jump.
He said, I'm not supposed to jump. But
probably because then the quarterback can pump fake and run around you?
Yes, you take yourself out of the play. Yes, not supposed to jump. But I jumped.
What about if it's Burrow with a foot injury?
Right.
Maybe then you jump. And he did jump.
But, I mean, just absolute scenes at the stadium. And reminiscent of kind of like a Taron Johnson pick six vibe.
Yeah.
The difference, of course, is for the Taron Johnson pick six, the Bills are already winning.
And there's only 6,000 people there.
Right. They're winning, and that pick kind of locks up the game, which is great, of course, because Baltimore is threatening. This is...
They're going to lose if they don't get this play.
I think they probably will, yeah. It's 28-25. Cincinnati's leading with the ball, and the number of stops you got on the day, it was 2, and one of them was the end of the half scenario. So, like, you'd stopped them twice, and Benford, I mean, he didn't call game in that moment, but, man, it was such a huge play, which... This defense is, I hope when you watch them and you get mad about the defense, you notice just the players that are on it. Benford's one of the good ones.
Yeah.
Benford is a good to great player, and after a slow start to the season, he's been a lot better. Is he going to be back-to-back Defensive Player of the Week?
Maybe. I mean, he's got back-to-back games with touchdowns.
You're right. He's got a real good look at back-to-back Defensive Player of the Week honors. And he was huge in this game. He shut down Chase whenever they put him on Chase.
Yep.
He had a sack. He had a tackle for loss. He had a pick six. I mean, just an incredible game from Christian Benford. And, of course, Josh Allen. There's going to be tons about Josh Allen. And I don't know if he re-enters the MVP race here now that we get to December. But we should probably remind ourselves every single year when they go through the lull they go through every single year. Mm-hmm. They're like, well, when they get to December, Josh is going to go Winter Soldier mode.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what he did, like he always does.
Did they have a bad day on defense, would you say?
They had a tough day. Here's what I would say about the defense. Can we acknowledge that in addition to Burrow carving them up, they got really incredible catches. Multiple incredible catches.
The Bengals did.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Higgins had 2. Chase Brown's catch was an incredible catch from a running back diving to the sideline.
You could also argue it was incomplete.
You could. I thought it was incomplete.
Yeah, I thought they was going to be reversed.
Gesicki had an incredible catch on a third down.
Yep.
Like just past, was it Taron Johnson maybe in coverage?
And they were like wrestling for it on the ground.
It was, to me, it reminded me of the Ram game. When the Bills lost to the Rams and gave up 44, and Stafford picked them apart. Puka made like 4 or 5 incredible catches.
Yeah.
So, sure, there were some breakdowns. There were some mistakes. There's some times where you maybe give them too much of a cushion because you're afraid of slipping and falling. But I thought they forced Cincinnati into high-level pitch and catch in order to beat them. And, of course, like they did. And there were a lot of third downs. And they kept going after –
It was the third downs that was killing them.
They kept going after Cam Lewis, Taron Johnson, Trey White. That was it.
Right.
Like that. Let's just throw it to these guys.
Because I thought for not having any semblance of a pass rush at all, they, I think, did about as good as they could have done. Could they have done better with what they had at their disposal yesterday? Nobody was getting near Burrow.
No.
Except when, and this is maybe where, I guess Babbage deserves credit because McDermott did say that he was the one who called these plays in the press conference, because otherwise we're usually just guessing at who's calling plays. Or usually I think it's when McDermott's wearing glasses, we think he's calling plays. But he wasn't. So those blitzes by Benford, it wasn't just the pick. He got one at the end of the half that was pretty big to push the Bengals back to midfield when they were driving down the field.
It was a huge play.
Yeah. So
that possession,
a punt.
That possession feels massive.
Right.
Like, is it about to be 24-11? Is it about to be 31, whatever, 28-11 at half? I mean, yeah, that was a huge play.
What they did at least is they didn't let the Bengals do whatever they wanted. Burrow had a great day through the air, no doubt about it. But they couldn't really run the ball all day.
It's another game of the run defense
stunning.
Coming up and making stops.
And you had a couple of, Spags would get credit for this on the following day, wouldn't he? Couple of blitzes at the perfect time that ended up working out that really flipped the game for you. Mm-hmm. And for that, I want to give the defense credit, and I want to give McDermott total credit for this game because I think the defense played about as well as they could have, and I think him going for fourth downs is what won them this football game.
Fourth downs is huge.
I don't think they win this football game if McDermott is not aggressive going for fourth downs. He went 4 times on fourth down.
Yeah, they got 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
They got 3 out of 4, and the one they didn't get.
And they scored 2 touchdowns on him.
Didn't hurt them, right? 2 touchdowns based on fourth down calls, right? Yeah, I've got, I'll pull it up, Ben Baldwin's weekly decision list, and we can add up the percentage points that McDermott added to his team's chance to win.
Yep.
But they had a couple of go strongs and go mediums, and they went for fourth downs. The only one they passed up was the first one, field goal to make it 7-3. That was you should probably go for this.
That was 4th and 5 at the 8.
Yep, and they did not. That was 2.5 win probability points that they said no thanks to. But whatever. 4th and 5 from your opponent's 8 is a go.
And the last one especially. Did you think he was going to go for it? The last one?
I did not think he was going to go for it. And I
thought he was going to kick.
And I also did not think it was a slam dunk that you should go for it. If a field goal would have put you up 6, then you go for it.
You have to go
but
for it.
But a field goal putting you up 7, if they had kicked, it would have been a conservative finish to what was an aggressive day.
Yeah.
So credit to him for kind of leaning in there. And whatever, put the ball in Josh Allen's hands. I'll tell you, I always do.
And really, I think he was proven. Was he proven right immediately? I mean, the Bengals scored a touchdown within a minute.
Right. Yeah.
Now you could say, okay, well, actually, what they would have done then if that had happened is they would have given the Bills 2 minutes to get down to field goal range. But then you're relying on Prater in the snow, and he had barely missed an extra or made an extra point earlier in the game. I think the Bengals showing that they could hit you that quickly immediately after showed that McDermott absolutely made the right call.
Yep,
absolutely.
I think so too.
You also, if you don't get it, part of what's baked into those numbers is if you miss the 4th and short, and you are, you're up only 4, since he's got to go 98 yards on you.
Which I think
they might have done that.
They probably could.
But in a normal circumstance, that would help you a lot, is being up 4 and having to defend 98 yards rather being up 7 and only defending 70.
What could T. Higgins have done from 98 yards while concussed in a game?
It's insane.
We'll talk about that, I'm sure, at some point.
Yeah.
803-0550 is the phone number, and 1-888-550-2550. I'll tell you what I always do, which is during these games, I think they're going to win the whole time until a moment. The first thought I had, wow, they actually really might lose, was the Gesicki touchdown to go up 10 late.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, I guess they might lose this game. And
Gesicki scores, the Bills go down 10. There's 8:44 on the clock.
Right. Their win percentage might have been 8 to 10%. That was the first time I thought, maybe they won't come back. But the reason I thought they'd come back is because that Cincinnati defense has its issues. And the Bills, whatever, they did whatever they wanted throwing to the tight ends. But Josh Allen, if you ever see a game where Josh Allen can drop back and there is no pass rush, good night. How's this going to end? I know how this is going to end. The difference in this game, I mean, Burrow and Allen were both allowed to play quarterback without a pass rush. And if that's ever going to happen, you better bet the over because they're both going to find their answers. Mm-hmm. And Allen certainly did. The difference to me was that Allen is able to kind of like call his own number and get a free 40-yard touchdown, whereas that's not in the cards for Burrow. So it was a great, great day for the Bills. It's a great, great day in the AFC. Everything you probably wanted to happen happened. I can't think of a game we would have hoped went differently. New England didn't play. So you got the Ravens losing. You got, of course, the Bengals losing. You got the Texans over the Chiefs, which I think is a good thing. We can debate what you should have wanted last night. And I hope you're ready for the talkie shows, the shouty shows, to yell about an Andy Reid fourth down for a month.
Yep.
Which I'm actually probably going to get with the shouty shows on this one. Thought he made a grave mistake in that game last night, going for a fourth down. So anyway,
I think Allen yesterday, one thing that I left there really appreciating is because I think when Allen gets discussed in the bigger picture, it's he's 29, he's about to be 30, and they got a long time left with him. The one thing I'm not sure how much longer they'll have left with him that was just I think you can't appreciate enough is those running plays. Those running plays, I mean, I will give you a miss them so much when they are gone. Like the day that he is,
old
35, 30, yeah, he's old Roethlisberger, and maybe he's still trying to run, but you can just tell the wheels aren't there anymore. Like that will be a sad day because it is such a cheat code.
Yep. I hope
3rd and 15, he's in open field with a safety, and the guy's not even close.
It's nuts.
Did anyone ever think that safety was going to bring Allen down in an open field? No chance.
Nope.
He took one jab step and he got the first down. It's such a cheat code. I don't think you can appreciate it enough.
I'm glad you said 35 because what I wanted to say when you said, like, when will it be where that goes away? I wanted to give you a name to maybe hope that it never does, and that's LeBron. LeBron slowed down what? A year ago?
No, this year.
Okay.
Last year he had a case for first team All-NBA.
Okay, so this year. Is he 42?
He's 42.
Okay, so Josh Allen, can he be LeBron? Can he be doing what he's doing now at 36? I want to say maybe. If he never, knock on wood, suffers any sort of, I've got to get a new knee put in there or something like that. Like,
LeBron spends $2 million on his body every year, so Allen might have started that train recently.
Okay, good.
I think he started doing more and more of that
He's
type
got
of stuff.
sleep gummies.
Yeah.
And he stays limber on the golf course.
Yeah.
All right, 803-0550. We'll get some of your calls in. It's a Buffalo Bills football Monday. A victory Monday. They beat the Bengals.
We've already compared Allen to LeBron.
Yeah, why not?
621.
Is he not on
Who else could we compare? Superman at the beginning and LeBron so far.
Is he not on the level? He's at, well, it's time to win one, buddy. You got to win one of these things.
Yeah.
And I've got
Is this the year LeBron won it? His 8th year?
That's a good question.
I think it's about lines up.
We are inching closer and closer to, however, it's their year to make the Super Bowl. He's gonna take them there.
It's more than that. I would say it's his year to make the Super Bowl.
Sure,
because it is going to be an AFC with like who are the other? I know like Houston's defense and Denver's defense, but if I were just to list the quarterbacks that are probably going to the postseason, or even just the ones that would be in today, it's. Allen is, like, if the NFL's making a graphic about the AFC playoffs the week before the wild card round, Allen is at the top of it, right? Or he's at the center of
the
it.
AFC, yeah.
Because Drake May would be nearby because he's young and good. And then it's
Trevor Lawrence.
Bo Nix, Trevor Lawrence, Aaron Rodgers, Justin Herbert, and C.J. Stroud. Allen is the center of that graphic.
And Stroud was, if you watched last night's game, like, Stroud was having some difficulty.
We might disagree in this. I think he is absolutely stopping them from making a Super Bowl or going on any deep playoff run.
He's not quite Trent Dilfer.
He stinks.
But he's not. He did not look any good.
He missed open receivers by 10 yards yesterday. So I think it's his year in just that all the other bad guys are not going to make it. Right? Yep. That's what.
Yep.
How are we going to feel if they lose a game to a Houston or a Denver or a team like that while Mahomes and Jackson and Burrow have been sitting on the sidelines?
Well, driving in, I was thinking, like, what teams do I think they could lose to? And New England's on the list because they did lose to New England. Houston's on the list.
Houston.
Kansas City was on my list. That's why I wanted Houston to win last night. Let's knock out the teams that I think can beat the Bills. And I think the Chiefs are a team that they do it every year. I think they can beat the Bills.
Won't be Indy.
Nope.
Their season ended yesterday.
That's right. Denver. Could Denver beat the Bills? I think yes. I think if the Bills have to go on the road to Denver against that defense, I think it could happen. Could they lose to Jacksonville? You'd like to say no, but they've never matched up against a Liam Cohen Jacksonville, and all of a sudden their offense is humming. And do they have 3 receivers on the level of or 2 receivers on the level of Burrow and Jason Higgins? Not quite, but that offense is started to really hit a new level now that Jacoby Myers is a part of it. But whatever.
But I think it's going to feel like it's their year.
I do
even
too.
though they're probably going to open on the road. Like
I want,
and they don't look perfect.
They don't look perfect.
They don't look perfect. They have their flaws. It's just simply to me though, look at the quarterback that you had on the field yesterday.
It's got to be your year to go.
Like that guy's playing football in the postseason, and there's nobody else except maybe one in this conference that can match him toe to toe if he's really cooking.
Yeah, and if you have to match up,
that would be May. May's the only one I think is even capable of going toe to toe with him.
Right, Sunday's huge. Sunday's just totally huge. All right, so much to talk about, so much to get to. 803-0550, Victory Monday. The vibes are just off the charts, and an awesome performance from Josh Allen. A big performance from this defense, getting back-to-back picks of Joe Burrow on crazy plays, including Christian Benford's pick 6. Larry in South Florida. Larry, good morning. You're on Victory Monday.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. It's a super happy Monday after a fairly stressful Sunday. First off, hats off to Josh. He's ridiculous. The play, besides the runs that you guys already addressed, the play he made Shakir, it looked like he was running around for about a minute and a half. But what really stands out is I'm really hoping Brandon Beane's watching that play closely because our receivers weren't getting open like most of the day. That's why Cincinnati's terrible against tight ends, so you knew we were going to go tight ends. I had no idea it was going to be the Dawson Knox show, which was fantastic. But our lack of wide receivers, that throw he made to Shakir really wasn't open. It was Josh being vintage Josh, threading the needle and sticking it in there. So what I'm hoping is that Brandon Beane looked at that play and said, wow, if we had either Higgins or Chase or, oh my goodness, both, can you imagine what Josh Allen would do? And I think that we would be, even with our defensive issues, we would be basically unbeatable. It would happen. And the other thing that I wanted to point out was Shaq Thompson has made such a difference on defense for the run game. I mean,
yes.
Benford was great.
Shaq Thompson is
take
a great call out, Larry. Thanks. I'm going to pick up on this point. We'll get to the break. I thought, the first half of the game, the Bills, of course, gave up 3 touchdowns. Yeah. And that's tough. But every time they made a big play on defense and looked like they were going to get a stop, it's because Shaq Thompson made a play.
Yeah.
Shaq Thompson was absolutely reading screenplays. Chase Brown didn't do anything in this game because of Shaq Thompson.
Yeah.
Right? That's that. Shaq Thompson has been a big part of what this team is. On that Allen touchdown to Shakir, I did not hear Allen talk about this play specifically afterwards. You know what I thought it ultimately was? It's the golfer that sees a hole through the trees and figures, I'm going to give it a rip, because it was 4th down.
Yeah.
There was no throw it away.
Right.
It's second.
The ball's got to go somewhere.
It's got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
It's, to me, reminiscent of the touchdown that he threw to Coleman on 4th and 2 against the Ravens. I have to throw it.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. And the defender has his back turned. So, full credit for making the throw. I wonder if that's a first down play, I bet it's thrown away. All right, we'll live to fight another day. But he got it in there to Shakir. And I don't have any doubt that Brandon Beane thinks that this team could get better at receiver. This offseason, whatever. There's been a lot said about this, but this offseason we need a lot of help for our defense. And they thought they could be okay at receiver, and, it hasn't really gone the way they hoped it would. But, they have what they have, and I absolutely think they could win the AFC with what they have. Can they beat the Rams? I don't know. Can they beat the Packers? I don't know. Can they beat the Texans if they have to go to Houston? I don't know. There's some tough tests. On the Texans last night, Patrick Mahomes, the game that he had, Joe.
He had at one point 9 incompletions in a row, incompletions or interceptions in a row, which was the longest stretch of his career.
He had the worst game of his entire career last night.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes. That's what the Houston defense does to people. Puts you in an absolute blender.
I will say, though, he also did, I think it was a career high that he had drops in a game.
Bunch of drops.
Like, they really hurt.
Tyquan Thornton dropped the touchdown.
Like, Houston definitely deserves credit. They were all over him. But Kelsey and Rice,
had multiple
they
drops.
dropped 5-6 passes that should have been first downs where they're moving the sticks.
Some of those might be.
Kelsey's the worst one was at the end where it's only a little bit behind him and he tries to scoop it and he throws it up in the air and it's an interception.
Some of those drops had to come down to fear of getting hit, though, because both Kelsey and Rice got smashed in this game. Benjamin Solak pointing out that Mahomes' 42% completion percentage, worst of his career, which is remember the Bills had that earlier?
Yeah.
19.8 passer rating, worst of his career.
Wow.
Minus 0.54 EPA per dropback, the worst start of his career. Patrick Mahomes had the worst game of his career yesterday.
Poor Collinsworth. He had to sit there and watch it all.
And try to will it to difference to make something else happen.
Yep.
All right, we'll get to a break. 803-0550, give us a ring on the Bills and Bengals, on the play that turned it all. Christian Benford and, of course, Josh Allen entering December Josh mode, which is a different animal. It's Victory Monday, and it's here on WGR, brought to you by Northwest Bank. For what's next, get started at northwest.com.